If this video found you, I trust it is for a reason. Welcome to my very first YouTube reading officially. I've been sharing videos kind of from other platforms on here, but have felt the call to really pour into YouTube. So I'm going to start doing more full-length collective readings for those of you watching here. So whoever is out here watching this video, Spirit, please use me as an open channel to give them exactly what it is that they need to know or hear at this time. We'll just dive right in. What is it that this beautiful collective or the person watching this video can know or hear at this time, please? And I'll be pulling from 2 oracle decks and 2 tarot decks so we can get as much information as possible. All right. So we got some of these tea leaves. So first one to come out was Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start, as well as Weeping Willow, family sorrow. See that? Bird perched, waiting for news, package, or a letter. Claw, be careful, do not take risks, as well as Moon, changes in your life. Apple, temptation will test you, and Flowers with happiness. Okay. So the initial energy that's coming through here, and we'll obviously get more for clarification, it feels like you have been in this very cloudy haze with this moon card, but the sun is about to rise. So I feel like there is kind of this new beginning that is being born at this time in your life where it's taking a lot of, I'm getting like a lot of energy with like ancestral trauma, generational trauma that you have been really battled with working through. You have kind of been deemed the person to work through these things within your lifetime. It's been a very heavy journey. You've felt maybe attacked at times with this claw, like kind of things like clawing into you, feeling energies trying to attach themselves to you, but you are coming out of this. Again, there is a sun that is rising that is going to create new beginnings for you, new tractions. You may be getting new inspirations on projects or ventures to start, which is going to lead you to happiness. And I feel like a lot of you might be waiting for the right time, waiting for the right moment, waiting for confirmation that you should go in this new direction. Or perhaps you've already been in process of this. Like if you've been interviewing for jobs, for example, you're just waiting for that offer. You've been submitting, your portfolio to a bunch of places. You're just waiting for somebody to get back to you. So that could be the energy here as well. But for some of you, it's almost like you're kind of like sitting there waiting for the right time. And I feel like now is the right time. It's just time to dive in, start moving in that direction, start listening to whatever inspiration is coming through to you at this time, because it is going to lead you to this happiness. And there's going to be temptations along the way, these darker energies, these negative cycles, this trauma that you have done so much work to overcome may try to come back through your ego, through your doubts, through the certain connections to kind of test your growth, test your development. And I think you're just being urged to not allow, past hurts, disappointments lead you back into situations that are just no longer serving you, that you have already moved past and done so much work to do so. Okay, can we get some inner child oracle cards for this collective, please? Okay, so we got the number 9 could be significant with connect to eternity within, let yourself be held by love. Sorry, I hope you can see that. As well as 27, which also is 9. So 9s are definitely significant. It says, pull yourself close. Every part of your being is deserving of love. Beautiful. So if you need the reminder that you are worthy and deserving of this happiness, of this love that is on the other side of this cloudiness that you've been experiencing, of the pain and the sorrow that you have been trudging through to overcome, this is your reminder, this is your confirmation that you're absolutely deserving of those things. With the connect to eternity within, again, this is really like urging you to connect to the eternal source that lives within all of us, connecting with your intuition, connecting with your spirituality, God, source, universe, whatever resonates for you. Now is the time to really connect with that pure source of inspiration, pure source of love and abundance that is going to guide you towards where this new place is leading you, going to guide you to this next step, this next, action that you are being guided to take. And all the while, I think you just need to be reminded that if there are fears coming up, if you're scared of something new that is starting, just kind of hold yourself close and tap into that eternal wisdom. I just feel really called to share too that your intuition is going to sound very calm. It's going to sound very grounded when you tune into it. You know, a lot of the times we have to kind of filter through like our ego mind and our anxieties and our fears. Your intuition is never going to say, hurry up and do this right now, otherwise it's never going to happen. Your intuition is never going to say, oh, you're just going to mess this up. Oh, you're going to, you know what I mean? So really trying to like quiet the chaos in your mind, quiet some of the noises that you might hear when you're tapping in, and just like tune in, maybe meditate, try to take some breaths. And again, remember that your intuition is always going to guide you in a very calm, soothing, truthful voice. It's never going to make you panic or worry, because what's for you is for you. So whatever this thing is that you're being prompted to initiate or to start seeing changes in your life, or this offer, new opportunity that is coming your way, trust that if it is for you, it is for you. It's already yours. You don't have to work too hard to get it. The only thing that can delay this coming in is, again, you allowing those fears, you being tempted on falling back on past patterns, toxic attachments, those types of things. So keeping an eye out for that. But again, what's for you is for you. So there's no need to panic. There's no need to worry. And again, quieting those fears, if this is something brand new that you're looking to start, knowing that it's okay to feel the fear and keep going and do it anyway, you know. And this is a very fitting message because, again, this is my first like YouTube reading. YouTube has been calling my name for years now, and I've always put it off. I've literally gone round and round about trying to do other things and kind of just like copying out and doing other platforms and then sharing it on YouTube when I felt like it. But again, I'm really trying to dedicate the time, since it's something that has really been in my, you know, mind and pulling me for a while. So I just want to encourage you, you know, it's okay to start over. It's okay to feel new. Whatever this is going to make your process, your working through all of the traumas that you've been working through, going to make it more worth it, going to make sense of some of those things as well, because whatever this is feels very like fulfilling and abundant. Let's get some tarot though, just to kind of tie in this message and understand a little bit more. I feel like one flipped out. Where are you? Maybe not. Okay, what does the person watching this video need to know or hear at this time, please? So we have Five of Wands on the bottom. This is a card about competition. This is a card of like fighting with others, conflict with others. So you may be experiencing some conflict in your personal life at the moment. This could also represent, again, those fears. Like if this is something about like putting yourself out there or starting something new and you're worried that there's too much competition, worried that like you're never going to have enough space to take up when you start this new thing, that is the ego trying to keep you stuck. And it's so funny, the Nine of Cups card here is sticking out at the bottom as well. So Nine of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment, wish come true, sitting so comfortably on the throne of, you know, all of the work that you've put in, knowing that everything was worth it to lead you to this point. But the Five of Wands, again, that energy of like conflict, competition, you are really being guided here to remember that the universe, God, source, spirit, has limitless, endless potential. Once you tap into it, there is enough to go around, essentially. So if you see other people who are doing the same thing as you and you're wondering how you're going to take up space, know that whoever else you're looking at, whoever else you're watching that is doing the same thing as you is not going to be able to do it in the same way that you can. You are unique. We each have unique gifts, talents, and abilities that we are like encouraged to tap into. And I feel like that's where you're at right now, where you're really being guided to tap into what makes you unique, tap into your unique voice, and knowing that it truly is unique. There is nobody else like you. There is nobody else who is going to do this thing in the exact same way that you're capable of doing. And I'm also getting the sense too, just with that ancestral energy before, I do feel like this is something that like your ancestors or even like you in past lives have already accomplished or were working towards. It's like in your genetics, it's in your DNA. You are meant to do this. And so by you allowing your fears, allowing your mental blockages to get in the way, it's almost like you're getting in the way of your own destiny, of your own fate. And it's time for you to just push through those fears and start moving this direction. There's a lot of expansion that wants to be born in your life. We got the Three of Wands here. So this could even represent like expanding to new lands, like moving to a new place completely, but also just expansion in an energetic sense of like seeing what else is available for you, not limiting yourself to like feeling like, again, like you can't do something because too many people are doing it or because you think you're not good enough or whatever it is, knowing that you are this expansive soul and you have the ability to call in whatever it is that you're wanting to create. With the Knight of Swords too, it's like you're being prompted into action. Again, similar to a message I had recorded it for like TikTok yesterday, it's time to just do it. Stop making the excuses. Stop talking yourself out of it. You're always going to have reasons to not try something. You're always going to have reasons to not take action on something. You're being prompted to try to take that action, to move in that direction, because it's going to pay off. And again, I want to empathize because with the Nine of Wands coming out here, you've been through the battle. You are wounded, like this wounded warrior energy coming through. You're tired. You have fought quite a bit. Again, you've like trudged through the dirt. You've healed like ancestral cycles, you've healed generational cycles, but that's not all you're here to do. You're not just here to heal. You're not just here to heal, you know, your past generations and be better than them and all of those things. Like, yes, absolutely. That is a huge part of your purpose. And you have accomplished that. I feel really strong and called to say you have accomplished that part of it. And you're going to continue accomplishing it. It's not something that like just stops, right? Like it's in our everyday decisions, choosing to be better, choosing to make informed decisions, choosing to be led by love and abundance, you know, accessing new information that wasn't available to generations prior, all of these things, right? So this is like a constant journey. And so I want to empathize that it's heavy. It's been difficult. You have been kind of like the mule in a sense of your ancestry to carry all of these burdens that weren't even yours, that you know, at times it feels very unfair. It doesn't feel fair that you were the one who had to do all of this stuff. And so I want to empathize with you and trust that and know that it's okay to need to take breaks. It's okay to take rest. But again, where you're being called right now is to start taking that action towards the thing that has been calling to you, towards the thing that is going to expand your reality, expand your awareness, expand the way that you've looked at your life up until this point. You know, I get the sense that a lot of you have kind of felt like deep down you've felt that you were meant for more. But you've allowed your circumstances, you've allowed your situations, you've allowed your environment to keep you, again, in this like small box. You are an endless, expansive soul. You are part of the universe. The universe is part of you. You are one, you know what I mean? So it's really time to tap into that, to tap into your limitless possibilities, and trust too that yes, we are limitless. Yes, we have the ability to manifest anything that we desire. There is that also layer of surrender. So, you know, not getting too specific or like holding on too tightly to what exactly it is that you want to see. But again, the universe cannot provide you with the success, with the happiness, with the blessings for whatever this new thing is that you're being guided towards, unless you start taking some action towards it. You have to, you know, there has to be a give and take here. There has to be a reciprocal energy for the universe to come in. But the Wheel of Fortune came out. So you're entering a fortunate, fertile, beautiful, prosperous era of your life. Where again, if you've been in this Nine of Wands energy, if you've been so tired, you've been having to be so resilient through challenge after challenge, thing after thing, you feel like you keep getting knocked down every time you get back up. This is shifting for you. You're going to experience another side of life. You're going to experience new forms of abundance. You're going to experience new fulfillment, new ways of being loved and being supported and being provided for. But again, I feel like the thing that is going to initiate this for you is by you taking that action towards the thing that you feel really called to. And again, for some of you, this could just be like applying or like putting your name out in the hat for a promotion at your company. For some of you, this could be like starting to put the pen to paper for like a book idea, putting yourself out for content creation, you know, putting yourself out for like auditioning for something. You know, there's like endless things. You will know what this is. And if you don't, again, really tap into your intuition. Listen to that voice inside of you, your soul's voice that is trying to call out to you, that is trying to guide you. You just have to filter through, again, kind of the chaos, the anxiety, the worry, the fears, all of those feelings. And so, you know, wherever you can start to do that, whether that be like journaling out all of the fears that you have right now, trying to reframe them, doing subconscious blockage work, subliminals are super helpful. That's something I've been using quite often as well. That has helped me break out of a lot of chains when it comes to my subconscious programming, you know, meditating, whatever it is that works for you. But again, whatever you can do to try to really tune into the truth of your intuition, the truth of your soul's voice, that feels to be coming through really strongly here, because that's going to lead you down this new path that is just waiting to sprout like this whole beautiful new era of your life. Okay, let's grab a little bit more tarot, please, for this lovely collective. Kitties are flying out. All right. Okay, so you have the Devil on the bottom here. So what I was talking about before when it comes to like your toxic attachments, your temptation to fall back onto past patterns, you've done so much work already. Do not do not trick yourself into thinking that you're farther back than you actually are. You have made so much progress. The work that you're doing is paying off. It's going to pay off. It's leading you closer. You're closer than you've ever been before is what's coming through. So don't let this devil toxic energies, these negative attachments, these codependent attachments, these addictions, these whatever it is that you know is keeping you from doing this thing, from moving in that direction, from believing in yourself, whatever it is. It can be really easy to fall into those because again, when we're like elevating to a new level of understanding, elevating to new levels for our soul, our ego is like screaming out, trying to keep you exactly where you've been because it wants to stay safe. But now is the time to, again, push through that discomfort, push through that fear and do it anyway. You got the Death card coming out as well. So there's a huge death and rebirth that is happening in your life where again, this is like a whole era that can be ending in your life. And it could even just be like the era of you not believing in yourself. Oof, that's like hitting hard. It's like, how long have you been living your life not believing or standing up for yourself, not believing or standing up for your capabilities? There have been too many people in your life that have done that already. You don't need to be one of them. And so whatever you can do to, again, close out that chapter, be willing to go through this death and rebirth stage. It can sometimes be very uncomfortable because, you know, an old part of you is literally dying, like the part of you that has kept you safe for so long, the part of you that has tried to protect you for so long. And maybe it worked for a while, right? It got you to this point, but now it's time to say goodbye to that and be able to transition into this new era where you're going to experience way more balance, prosperity, abundance, healing. With the Temperance card here, it's just like peace and harmony and balance. And look at all these hands that you have here. This is just giving me the energy of like, don't be afraid to add more onto your plate. I know being a human and our responsibilities, there's always more to do, more to do, more to do. And again, it's really easy to fall into the excuse cycle of, I don't have enough time. I'll never be able to do that. Oh, I won't, you know, you will find the time. If this is something that you know is meant for you, if this is something that has been calling out to you, you are going to find the time. You're going to essentially grow another arm and be able to balance it the way that you always have. We humans are so extremely adaptable, more adaptable than we give ourselves credit for. We always find a way. If it's something that you know you need to do, if it's something that, again, feels very aligned with your soul's calling, you will find a way. Whatever it is, you know, finding time management, cutting back again on, you know, some of your frivolous time. Like maybe you're not going to have as much fun, you know, but again, if this is like a passion project, if this is something that you know you're meant to do, it's going to be worth those sacrifices for you to fall into this peace, harmony, and balance that is trying to be born in your life, this new era that is really starting for you. And you got the Knight of Wands and the Justice. So yeah, you're moving passionately forward towards something that is going to kind of balance out your karma. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune card that we saw earlier, it's like, you've been through the ringer. You've experienced so much pain. You've experienced so much sorrow. You've had to, again, not only deal with your own burdens, your own trauma, working through all of the things that have happened within your lifetime, you've also been carrying the lifetimes of like your past selves, but also your ancestors, your, you know, the generations that came before you, all of these things that were burden on you. So it's been a really difficult battle. You've experienced really dark sides of life. It's time for you to get to experience the other side. It's time for you to fall into peace. It's time for you to experience, again, love and abundance in ways that you haven't before, where you're going to feel, again, this like karmic balance where, you know, you were on this side for so long. Everything was tilting, everything was heavy, everything was, you know, rough and difficult to overcome. You're finally going to be able to tilt where it's like, yes, you might still experience challenges. We're human. We're not going to like go the rest of our lives without any sort of conflict, without any sort of there are going to be people who, because you have like this bright, beautiful energy, there are going to be people who still try to like pick at you or like whatever. But you're going to have the tools and the resources at your disposal to be able to overcome those with much more ease and grace. And again, you're feeling that you're like so heavily protected. You've cleared out so much of your karma to where you're not going to fall into the same cycles that you have before, as long as, again, you maintain and stay headstrong over this devil energy that's going to try to come up and going to try to keep you stuck. With the Seven of Cups showing here, you know, this is a card about like being in a kind of dream state, being a little bit disillusioned. I'm getting the sense here that it's almost like you've had so many dreams. Again, you've had this deep knowing that you're meant for more, and you're just like staring at all of these options and again, not taking action towards them. It's like, go ahead and pick one up, pick one of these up and start rubbing it and see if a genie comes out kind of energy is like what's coming through, instead of just like staring at them and being overwhelmed by, oh, look at all of these like options. Oh, look at, wouldn't this be cool if I did that? Or, oh, like, wouldn't it be nice if I could, like, you can do it. You know, you can find ways to do certain dreams that you've and aspirations that you've had maybe since you were a child, since you were younger. And sometimes, yeah, it's gonna like look a little different than maybe what you originally thought. But there are still ways to, again, cater to those needs, cater to those inspirations that are coming through you at this time. I just feel like you are heavily inspired to either start something or continue something or whatever it is. You just really need to listen to that. Okay, so the devil wanted to stay out. We'll keep that there. And then you got the Two of Pentacles here. So again, there's going to be like shifts in balance. And I think you just have to be willing to go through these changes when it comes to where your energy is going, how you're spending your time, you know, changes in relationships, finances, your job. This is like, again, if you get your dream job and it's going to require you to work more than you have before, work harder than you have before, it's going to feel like work. Yes, but it's going to be work that you're actually looking forward to, that you know is moving you towards things that like you truly want, rather than just like grinding for a company that you could care less about, right? And so I just feel this encouragement of like being okay and not being scared of the fact that like, yes, you might have to put in some work. You might have to put in a little bit extra effort. You might have to make some more sacrifices. You might have to cut down on the amount of time that you're like binging TV or something like that, right? But again, it's going to be sacrifices that are well worth it. And again, the High Priestess showing up here, you know this. Your intuition is telling you this. You have been tapped into this. There is a little bit of mystery still here, I feel, with the High Priestess. Like, you're not going to be revealed every single thing in this reading. It's really just, again, tuning in, tapping in, trusting yourself, learning how to connect with your specific intuition, your soul's voice, start moving in that direction. Not every step is going to be revealed, and that's kind of the beauty of it, right? Like, stepping into the unknown, not really knowing where it's going to go, but trusting the process and falling into surrender, knowing that the universe is going to catch you. It's going to meet you halfway with wherever you're putting your effort. And also being okay too, like, I just feel called to say, like, also being okay with like your path evolving, because you can, you know, you watch this reading and you're like, oh, I know what it is. I'm going to go do that. And then you start doing it, and then you get influenced, or you get exposure to something else that's like adjacent to that. And then you start going down that path, right? So like, be open to the evolution, be open to things shifting. Don't be so strict with yourself about like what this is. Just, again, start moving that direction, take that first step, listen to yourself, get out of your own way, and trust that it's going to pay off. Yeah, you have the Lovers. Again, I've been talking about like reaching new levels of love. So this is like falling into soulmate connections, falling into love for yourself that can transition into love for others. And then we have the Empress come out here too. So this is like a very co-creative energy where, you know, the Empress is giving birth to things, giving birth to ideas, working closely with the universe to make certain things happen. But again, the universe can only meet you so far. So you still have to put in that work. You still have to put in that energy. But again, you're going to feel nurtured and catered to when you start going down this path, because you're going to see how the universe is showing up for you once you start. With the Page of Wands, this is going to be something that like is so exciting. It's going to feel fun. Again, like, yes, it's going to be work, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exhilarating. You're going to get those feelings of like, wow, like I'm actually making it happen. Wow, I'm actually seeing like different levels of success. Wow, this is something that I really love doing. That's like the energy that's coming through. And so again, you've been blocking yourself kind of from experiencing this because you've been so fearful, because you have allowed your ego mind to run rampant. It's time to quiet that side of yourself and really tune in and trust that these little, you know, sprinkles of inspiration, of influence, of, you know, seeing something and be like, oh man, I think I want to try that. listen to that, start taking action towards it, okay? It's there for a reason. You're getting these downloads for a reason. You're being tugged by the divine for a reason, because it is something that truly is your soul's calling, that is truly something that you're meant to take action towards. So I hope this message resonated. That all kind of just flew out of me. I just jumped right in there. So sending you so much love and strength on your journey. Thank you for watching, and I will be back so soon. Mwah.